Good day everyone, I am Jamaica Necesito and I will be discussing the interpretation of several images based on one of the songs by Harry Styles. The title of that song is Adore You. In that image, the sign there is a person traveled to leave that town. In an odd days, there is a danger that might happen. It is a place of an Isle of Aroda where most of the people living there was miserable because there are so many bad lucks that happens, including this worst scenario that I captured in that music video. There are specific structures and objects that I had seen in that picture, and those are: Number 1, houses is located near the sea. Number 2, rock formation in that island of Aroda makes the image enables to create a coastal structure. Number 3 is thunder that gives emphasis on how human life destroyed through such thunder coming from the sky. Number 5 is island that looks like calm and safe but still it's not. Number 6, boat is one of the things I recognize because it is a tragedy that happens toward the sea. Based from what I saw in that photo, there is a big difference of the sea creatures. That's why there is an emphasis on a fish that has a big difference from others. Being different from others make a fish felt the loss and unbearable circumstances that others does not accept the fact that your point of view and appearance are different as well. I prefer to say that in that image is being an outcast to everyone, and that fish needed someone who is certainly give that kind of attention that are needed the most. So, there are specific structures and objects I had seen in that picture, and those are: Number 1, fishes with round eyes looking for attention and acceptance towards other sea creatures, but that fish failed a lot of time. Being out of place is one of the main reasons why that fish is being left behind. Number 2, sea creatures that has a common characteristics and they see as united and given an important emphasis on what reality looks like, that when the appearance is the same, there is a freedom and capability to swim freely in the ocean. Number 3, water is one of the main sources to live, although it is not recognizable in the picture. But the water brings an important emphasis on the livings of those species and sea creatures as well that has been shown through the music video. As I have seen in that picture, Harry Styles portray how life has been miserable, so it end up that a person might give up on his own life because he is no longer accepting by others, just like that fish. Based on what I've observed, the object, things, and other has been present in this certain photo. Is the man facing the calm sea and then a rock formation. The sky went black, like there is no hope from the living, feeling lost and felt the pain in a solitude place. This is a part where that fish is giving up after being an outcast for several times. There is no hope to go back from the ocean where other fish belongs to. Since the title is Adore You by Harry Styles, this is the part where they encounter each other and their living affect their behavior. The eyes of that little fish is surrounded with disappointment, feels like there is no hope, so that when you already notice from that music video, there might be a depth feeling that a fish coming back and forth in the ocean and the rock formation. So there are several objects and things that I see in that picture. Fish to make it more depth when it comes on describing that, the fish symbolize hope to someone who already wants to give up on his life. It's a peculiar thing that happened because that fish serves the reality on how to change the viewpoint of the person at a certain phenomenon. The fish eyes symbolize freedom to do new things and live together just like normal people do, trying to find their place in the world. Rock represents the comfort of the fish because that sea creature is no longer receiving acceptance on others. In this image, letting go someone who is important to you might be so hard when it comes on accepting the fact that you don't need each other because you already have a place in the world, where in that particular environment you are now belong. In that particular scene of life, the fact that the presence of each other's side might not be useful now. In that image, I saw the sincerity of both sides. The eyes of that fish symbolizes the gratitude and fulfillment towards that person. The last scene in that music video, I saw a big fish and a man just like what I have seen from the first place. In that story, there is an ending, but somehow this ending towards their companionship ends because they really need to separate ways in order to grow independently. The setting is in the fish port of the island of Aroda. So, the people in the village become united as one. I noticed that most people in that village is certainly smiling, and the good part of it was the sky becomes brighter as it was never experienced before. The science has been specifically shows how changes happen throughout the entire island. The hope has been shown and it unites the people throughout the entire village. According to what I've seen in that music video, there are parts that people are not tend to smile, but in this part, being united is one of the signs that make people smile. The people and the setting emphasis is one of the highlighted and significant from my point of view because they have different characteristics, but at some point they have been reconciled and united as one when helping a fish comes back from the ocean. The intertextuality of those images I use has a deep connection between the two main characters, the fish and the person, has the same situation in different world, so that it happens that they have been collided and they are destined to help each other weaknesses. We all know that at that point, humans and sea creatures is not meant to remain by each other's side, so letting go might be hard, but even though you let go of that important factors of a life of a person, should remain positive, just like what happens in the island of Aroda, where people gather in that island as one by helping a fish to go back from the sea, and miracle happen when all of those people smile at the young man who doesn't even know how to smile. When that happens, that island brings a shining environment without fear from that bad luck. Sometimes, it influences the negative side into a positive side because from what I choose on that images, it starts with bad luck and it ends up luckily changing its environment. With its experimental music and heartbreaking content, the passionate, genre-bending song became a global hit. Styles emphasizes the fragile nature of the early stages of a developing love by offering unfiltered honesty in each line. The act of love is matched by an offer of commitment even if the giver points out that he will not be expecting a commitment from the individual who receives it. A large audience finds great appeal in this modern style of music. It frequently has a danceable tempo, simple notation, and lyrics that are easy to recall. Just like in the chorus, I already recall the lyrics of it. The lyrics, if that song Just Let Me Adore You, affects my interpretation because to be honest, I expect that it is a love story between two people, but I didn't notice that it is about a person longing for attention.
Good day everyone! I will be discussing the interpretation of several images in the song of Harry Styles' Daylight. The first image shown in the music video is ladder. The ladder is the recurring symbol that represents growth, change, and self-discovery. The video features shot of Harry Styles climbing down a ladder, which can be interpreted as a metaphor for his journey and the various obstacles he has overcome. This image represents risk-taking. In our lives, there are so many challenges, but we need to take and face them no matter what happens. When we take risks, we open ourselves up to a new opportunities and experiences that we may have never encountered otherwise. It allows us to push beyond our comfort zones and discover what we are truly capable of. However, this does not mean that making risk is easy. It can often be quite scary. A clown is often seen as a symbol of humor and entertainment, but in reality, a clown represents much more than that. Each aspect of clown, from their colorful and exaggerated appearance to their silly mannerisms and jokes, can represent different characteristics of a person. Flying can be seen as a symbol of freedom and escape from earthly trouble. There is something truly liberating about flying, whether it is feeling or weightlessness. as you soar above the clouds, or the sense of adventure that comes with exploring new places. Flying can be seen as a powerful symbol of freedom and escape from the troubles of everyday life. Like a bird in the sky, you are free to fly wherever you would choose, unencumbered by the worries and cares of the world below. It's no wonder that so many people found solace in the act of flying, whether it's for business or pleasure. There's just something about being up in the air that gives us a sense of perspective and reminds us that there is a whole world out there waiting to be explored. The bicycle is used as a symbol of freedom and adventure, much like flying. Bicycle can be interpreted as a metaphor for life, reminding us to slow down, take a breath, and enjoy the journey, rather than just focusing on the destination. Additionally, the bicycle has a nostalgic feel to it, harkening back to the simpler time when things were less complicated and life was more carefree. Mirrors are used as a symbol of self-reflection and introspection. Throughout the video, Harry is shown looking at himself in various mirrors. This image represents the idea of examining oneself and understanding one's true identity. It encourages us to take a step back and reflect on who we are, what we stand for, and where we want to go in life. Mirror is often used as a tool for self-discovery and growth, so it is a powerful symbol that reminds us to look inward and explore our innermost thoughts and feelings. This scene is interpreted as a symbol of strength and perseverance. It represents the idea of pushing through difficult times and challenges in life, and coming out stronger on the other side.
A recurring image in the music video is Harry Styles being surrounded by other people, symbolizing his connection to others and the importance of relationships. These events include people from all walks of life and emphasizes diversity and the power of human connection. By including this image, the film conveys the idea of finding sunlight in unity and solidarity. A second particular powerful image in the film is a close-up of Harry floating like a butterfly. Butterflies often symbolize change and rebirth, reinforcing the theme of personal growth and self-discovery. These images, along with other interactive materials, help us understand that the journey to find the sun involves transformation and embracing who you truly are. The contact information of the various images in the Daylight music video work together to create a narrative of identity, personal growth, and experience. By analyzing these relationships, viewers can better understand the film's narrative, its connection to the song, and its overall context. The genre of Harry Styles song, Daylight, can be classified as pop rock. In terms of musical structure, Daylight features a rock-infused, piano-driven sound accompanied by strong drum beats. The song incorporates layers of textures and sound, such as subtle electronic elements that add a modern touch. These production choices create a fusion of traditional rock instruments with contemporary elements, giving the song its unique blend of genres. Daylight by Harry Styles can be considered as a pop rock or alternative rock song due to its rock-oriented instrumentals, raw and passionate vocals, introspective lyrics, and the incorporation of modern production techniques. These elements come together to create a diverse audio experience while maintaining true and authentic sound. Styles' vocals convey a sense of vulnerability and passion, adding to the beauty of the emotion. Daylight lyrically explores themes of emotion, self-reflection, and self-discovery common in rock. The songs touch on the personal introspection and emotional development of the associated with the genre. The circus setting is often associated with a sense of escape from the normal and ordinary life. By choosing this place, Styles created a sense of freedom, symbolizing the freedom people can find in relationships or personal growth. It shows that social restrictions are broken down and individuality and self-expression are encouraged. The choice of circus as the background gives the video a beautiful and unique look. Vibrant costumes, bold lighting, and interesting characters enhance the overall experience of the song, adding a layer of interest and engaging the audience. Overall, the scene in Harry Styles' Daylight music video creates a metaphor and symbol that represents love, freedom, and self-expression.
In the music video for Falling by Harry Styles, the following object, people, settings, and visual clues can be seen. Number 1 is piano, the main instrument seen in the music video, which is played by Harry Styles. Second is glass of wine or alcohol. It can be seen on the top of the piano, and at the same point, it was drunk by the singer Harry Styles. Third is rings. There are 7 rings worn by Harry Styles, 3 on his right hand and 4 on his left hand. Number 4 is water. The water is coming out on the top of the piano. 5 is the chair. There are 2 chairs in the music video. A long black chair that he defined as the bed, and the other one is the next to the wall. Number 6 is flower vase, placed near the wall. Number 7 is painting, hanging on the ground. And number 8, window, as a white window that let on the light from outside. And number 9, the chandelier. The chandelier hanging on the ceiling and above the piano. And number 10, mirror. The mirror is pasted on the wall. Based on the lyrics of the song Falling by Harry Styles, it is about the moment of instability in Harry Styles' life. In the music video, there are many objects and it symbolizes something. When we define each image based on its real meaning and its usage, that is only it. But if we use the images to symbolize something like feeling or emotion, character, or even a scene, the interpretation in those images and the real meaning of it maybe could be changed, and if we combine the image to another image is it have a new interpretation depending on what the song want to say and show, like the music video of Harris. For example, piano and water. Throughout the video, water is pouring down, first over the piano and then on Harry Styles himself. As he sang, the water on the piano started pouring down with a huge amount. The water seems like thought of him that drowns himself of being an overthinker. Too many things to say but chooses to keep in all to himself instead of talking it to his beloved. The second one is wall and window. The video is filmed in a room with white walls, creating a minimalist backdrop. The walls show that his world without his beloved is dull, or lonely, or empty, and as you can see, there a beam of sunlight from the window that shown hope for him to become a better person. The third one is a glass of wine or alcohol. It symbolizes sadness. When he drank the alcohol, it represents that he experienced drown his sorrow after a bad breakup. Through drinking alcohol, she feels relaxed and relieves his anxiety. The other example is the painting, flower vase, and rings. This object may remind him about his lover. The painting reminds him of the looks or beauty and the moment when they are still together. The flowers represent his love and effort, and the ring that symbolizes their promises to each other. And the another one is the mirror and the chandelier. In the music video and scene, we can see that he is rich with the things that we can see inside their house or his house. It teaches us that no matter how rich you are, you still can get what you want, like true love, and you can find the lasting peace of mind. For the setting, the dark room and the small space of the house, if you listen to the music, some lyrics say, "What if I'm down? What if I'm out?" But, but it is impossible to happen because there is no way to out. And overall, based on the images we have seen, their meaning is often different depending on how we interpret and use them. It can be related to the real life experiences and also to the feeling or emotions.
The song Falling by Harry Styles is a ballad that expresses the singer's feelings of regret and self-doubt after a breakup. This song will likely focus on personal and emotional themes, accompanied by the heartfelt vocals and unhappy melodies. The music video is a visual representation of the song's lyrics and emotions, using the genres of drama and fantasy. Knowing this genre has an impact on how the images are interpreted since it gives artistic decisions about the lighting, camera angles, costume, settings, and editing a context. Knowing how the song's lyrics and visuals relate to one another, as well as the feelings and ideas that the song and its music video express, is also helpful. The narrative creation for the music video of Harry Styles' Falling shows the story of a man struggling with his own self-destructive actions and the fallout from a separation. The first image in the film focuses on an empty room with a piano, symbolizing the man's sense of isolation and loneliness. He takes a seat at the piano and begins to play, singing of how much he misses his ex-lover and how sorry he is for the things he did and said that caused them to part ways. As the water slowly fills the room, the man remains underwater along with the piano. He still plays and sings. This demonstrates his intention to communicate his emotions and his last hope to keep his memories, to express his feelings and his desperation to hold on to his memories. The water also symbolizes his drowning in his sorrow and his inability to move on from his past. The video ends with a close-up on his face, looking up at the surface of the water as if he is searching for a way out or a sign of hope.
Analysis of individual image and the intertextual analysis. The video starts with a shot of a man staring down at something on the beach. At first, I think he's looking at a cute little crab. He calls and two men rush to the beach to meet him. It's then that I see that they aren't looking at this cute little crab, they're looking at Harry Styles. Harry appears as a half human, half squid hybrid. However, instead of leaving Harry on the beach or putting him back in the water, they throw him in the back of a truck and take him with them. Once Harry is at the restaurant, Hill Lounge, we see the employee taking pictures with him. Much to his dismay, Styles look uncomfortable as they pose with him and begins to look frightened as he takes note of his surroundings. Around him, the employees are cutting up different sea creatures, pounding them with hammers and preparing them aggressively. Perhaps Harry is thinking that this will be his fate. However, once he starts to sing, the employees stop. The lights start flickering and the employees are in awe of Harry's talent. Instead of cutting him up, one of men throw him a fish, kind of like a reward for his performance. After, after this, Style is clean shaven and dressed to the nines. The owner of the restaurant looks thrilled as they pamper Harry scrubbing his tail, taking glamorous photos with confetti and waiting on his hands and tentacles. Then, once Harry is prepared to become a star, the owner advertised for a live show, starring Harry at the restaurant. Finally, we get to the performance. The restaurant, unlike we've seen it before, it is packed. People are paying lots of money to see Harry Styles perform. Drinks are flowing and the crowd is absolutely loving it. And the owner is thrilled. However, Style loses his voice in the middle of the performance. He's then reminded of where he is in a seafood restaurant. He thinks about other sea creatures he saw getting cut up and prepared to eat, simply because they weren't deemed as special as him. And since Harry can no longer perform, he's taken away once again, this time for good. We don't see what happens to Harry, but what we do see is an empty stage, tentacles being chopped up, and photos of the squid sushi rolls. The restaurant name has also changed to Jill's Sushi.
Here is a genre identification for the collection of image of music for sushi restaurant by Harry Styles. Pop music. The image showcase Harry Styles, a prominent pop singer, and employ vibrant hues and whimsical visual emblematic of pop music videos. Next is Japanese culture. The visuals integrate various facets of Japanese culture, including sushi, green tea, and traditional apparel, implying that the song draw inspiration from Japanese culture. And last is romance. The imagery portrays a couple engaged in a romantic date, while the lyric embody themes of love and yearning. That indicates that the song centers around the topic of romantic love. Recognizing the genres can aid in the interpretation of the image in various ways. Firstly, it facilitates comprehension of the overall mood and tone of the song. The presence of pop music genre implies an upbeat and light-hearted tone, while the inclusion of Japanese culture genre suggests an exotic and mysterious quality. Additionally, the presence of the romance genre indicates that the song centers around theme of love and longing. Secondly, the recognition of these genres allows for a better understanding of the symbolism conveyed by a specific image. For instance, the depiction of sushi roll could be recognized as a symbol of Japanese culture, while the portrayal of green tea could be interpreted as a symbol for relaxation and tranquility. Likewise, the image of a couple on a date could be seen as a symbol of love and intimacy. Lastly, by recognizing these genres, one can attain a deeper appreciation for the song. Through understanding the genres represented in the image, a more profound comprehension of the song's message and underlying themes can be attained.
Good evening, I am Justin Bea El Samara from Bised 2 English. So for today's video, we will talk about analyzing and interpreting visual text from visual images in Sign of the Times by Harry Styles. So let's get started. Harry Styles' debut solo single music video, Sign of the Times, is a captivating and emotionally charged journey into the depths of loneliness and acceptance. So while the song's lyrics are open to interpretation, the video's narrative suggests a profound sense of solitude, embraced as a part of a new chapter in life. So through video shots, close-ups, and unique aesthetic, the video conveys a message of resilience and acceptance in the face of isolation. Here are the images that I examined in the music video and identify and describe what I observed in each images. So let's have the first image, Harry Styles walking alone in a vast open field. So the music videos open with a shot of Harry Styles walking alone through a vast open field, his steps unsteady and hesitant. So this image resets the tone for the song's message of embarking on a new journey, one that is filled with uncertainty and self-discovery. Second image is Harry Styles flying through the air. So this image is a symbol of freedom and liberation. Harry is no longer confined by gravity and he is soaring through the air with his arms outstretched. So this can be seen as a representation of Harry's newfound sense of self and his belief in own potential. The third image is Harry Styles' close-up face. The music video also features a number of close-ups of Harry Styles' face. So these close-ups allow us to see the emotion on his face and connect with him on a personal level. And the fourth images is Harry Styles floating on a cliff overlooking the sea. So this image is a symbol of hope and possibility. The sea is vast and open and Harry is flying on the top ready to jump in. And the fifth image is the different landscape showed in the video. So this image is seen as the different challenges that the characters must navigate in his own life because we have the ever-changing world. Let's dive into the intertextual analysis of each images. So let's start by examining image 1. So where we see Harry Styles walking alone in a vast open field, so this image sets a tone of solitude and introspection. So it suggests that the protagonist is on the journey of self-discovery and reflection. So as we move on to the image 2, where Harry Styles is flying through the air, so we can see a contrast. So this image introduces a sense of freedom and escape from the constraint of the world below. It adds a layer of hope and possibility to the narrative. Next, in image 3, we have a close-up of Harry Styles' face. So this image allows us to connect more intimately with the emotions and through of the characters. So it brings us closer to understanding his perspective and adds depth to the storytelling. So moving on to image 4, we see Harry Styles floating on a cliff overlooking the seas. So this image conveys a sense of serenity and peace. It suggests that the character has found a moment of tranquility amidst the chaos of the world. Finally, in image 5, we are presented with different landscapes shown throughout the video. So this landscape serves as a backdrop to the narrative, highlighting the ever-changing world and the various challenges that the character must navigate. For genre and text types, the genre is music video. The most prominent genre in the collection is music video. So the images are clearly stills from the music video for Harry Styles' song Sign of the Times. So the images feature Styles performing the song as well as a variety of other scenes that are related to the song's theme of love, loss, and change. And text types are lyrics, narrative, and symbolism.